I am Wackoe with Calilobo and C.E. Garcia. A podcast of a movie. How are y'all today, guys?
Good. How's it going?
All
hope
right.
everybody's gonna get that, and I hope that that's gonna translate good on the audio. But if not, I can try to find maybe the beginning. I'm sure somebody's bootlegged that already.
I'm pretty
right?
sure. And then maybe you
it's
can add the little drum. I don't know if it sounded
Yeah.
right, but
Yeah, that's good.
yeah. All right. Well, welcome.
Why are we here though, guys?
Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure everyone has seen.
Not yet.
People
That
have
a,
had to have seen it at least in some form or another, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
they had to have been. Whether it's this word of mouth, it has been going quite well with these past two films that really been making some noise. I know Chris probably hates us bringing it over and over, but Obsession.
You know what? We'll bring that up. So don't forget to mention that.
No, for sure. So we had Obsession, and it's really been making a lot of noise, bringing people to the theater, which is great and fantastic, and carrying a conversation. And then for the past week and a half, we've had the Odyssey, just raging all over the place, and everyone talking about it. And,
Dude,
and
an insane amount for this to only be his 13th feature film. So this is one of those filmmakers that, you, Gabe, myself, we can actually say he's been with us like our entire life, like since we've been conscious enough to know we've enjoyed films.
Yeah.
And to look at films in a more adult, manner. So this guy has been through our entire film watching, film going career, from first, Scorsese started in the 70s. We were all little kids, we didn't see everything he's done.
This is our generation.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, he's our Scorsese. I mean, Scorsese is a part of us, but he's, us growing up. Well, Insomnia, right, would be the first.
No, his first one was called Following, which is crazy. It is a black and white film that cost him $6,000 to make.
Wow.
Very, very interesting. I do recommend you guys checking it out. It already does his whole time playing with time. They show a lot of things, and you don't learn it until the very, very end, like what was actually going on. It is actually really, really good movie. I just watched it for the first time, in preparation for the Odyssey.
What year was that?
1998.
Yeah, 1 year before Memento, which is crazy. If you watch Following and then watch Memento, huge leap in filmmaking from one to the other. It's crazy.
So Insomnia was like his first, budgeted studio, right?
Studio film.
Yeah.
It's his third film in his his catalog.
And it wasn't even his script though. So he didn't write it.
No, and it's actually a remake of a Swedish film also entitled Insomnia. And I want to say that Steven Soderbergh was trying to get the remake off the ground, and he saw Memento, and he was so taken by it that he's like, we have to get this guy on board to make this movie. I mean, if Steven Soderbergh would not have seen Memento, I don't think... I mean, he might have still made a name for himself, but that was like the first... Somebody vouched for him.
Yeah. He would have done stuff, but
Bro, it's like Following, Memento,
Wow.
Insomnia, Batman Begins.
Wow.
Like crazy. But
the Odyssey. Yes.
because we are going to dive into Nolan's his filmography.
Just to let people know, we knew Odyssey was coming out.
Yeah, we did.
Obviously. And Chris, was always, seeing every film that's coming out. So he already had his ticket set. I think Gabe had his ticket set to go. Me, it's always depending on my unorthodox life.
Yeah.
Just because of what I do. So, but I actually found a ticket and
before us, actually.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, I got to see. Because they had their tickets.
Yep.
And then I found one, and
which was surprising.
What the? So I took it, and then so this is the first time in a long time that we actually got to see a new film, and to elaborate on it. So
if the Odyssey is an event, the fact that all three of us were able to see a brand new movie within a week of its release at the same time, that's an event in its own right.
That one,
for us to be able to do that.
Yeah, we haven't. The last time I think we did was with Tom.
Tom Cruise.
We did Oppenheimer.
Oh no, yeah, Oppenheimer, and then Tom Cruise.
We did Oppenheimer. Dune. We did Dune also.
Oh, we did Dune. So
but Dune 1, not Dune 2.
No, that's right.
So it was 3 years ago. It was the last time that we fucking all went to go see a movie within a week of each other.
Yeah.
I am upset because I cannot get a ticket for the 70 millimeter films. Dude, still cannot. And I've looked at all of the different times. I'm like, do I need to take a day off?
So have you tried Ontario, Regal?
I've looked at Ontario. I've looked at Irvine. I've looked at both of those. Wow. And I just cannot, like, there's might be one like in the front row. Yeah. And I'm like, I just can't sit and watch that thing the entire time. And I'm over here and I'm seeing on social media, some motherfuckers are up there like, I'm watching it and they've watched it 4 times. They're traveling up and down the state watching this film, at all the various IMAX theaters. Right. I'm like, I can't even get one fucking ticket. The other thing too is like me as a huge moviegoer, I've had friends talking, they've seen it 2 or 3 times already. And I'm like, and you're like, bro, like, how do you even have time to, like, you don't talk about any other movies, but then you've seen this movie 2 or 3 times. So you've put 12 hours,
like all of a sudden,
you put 12 hours into one movie all of a sudden. You know what I mean? It's like, come on.
So hopefully this episode is dropping on the 24th, on a Friday.
Okay.
I got a text message from my daughter and her boyfriend on Tuesday. I can't remember the date. I guess that'd be the 21st. And they're like, they just released tickets to 70 millimeter at Universal City Walk.
Oh, they did?
And they're like, we got you a ticket to the 11 a.m. showing.
Shit. What day was that?
So I jumped on. So it's going to be Tuesday. It's in August, bro. Okay. So that's the thing.
Oh, August.
It's in August. So I jumped on there really quick and I looked and I was like, holy shit. The tickets were going like in a matter of minutes. Yeah. So I ended up grabbing tickets on like the 19th of August at like 7 p.m. and
because I want to
70 millimeter IMAX, dude.
Yeah.
So
I want to go there.
And on top of that, so the British Film Institute in the UK, they are booked up the Odyssey and 70 millimeter IMAX until September 10th. Completely sold out. I mean,
it's wild.
So we'll speak about that. I mean, we'll kind of go through it. But yeah, I think it's interesting. And it was interesting because I know it's going to be a big deal when Wackoe calls me the day that he watched the movie. And then he calls me again on the day that we're recording the podcast. So I know it's going to be something special.
Originally, though, people, we were thinking, okay, we weren't sure that we were all going to see it. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it wasn't all of us that I was going to be able to see it. let's be honest with the people here. And so we had the idea, like, okay, let's still take advantage of this opportunity to talk about Nolan, and we kind of Chris put a category thing together. But since I got to see it, we said, well, hell, now we can talk about it, and especially it's a little bit fresh in our minds. Mm-hmm. We figure, okay, cool. So what we're doing with this episode here is we're going to go ahead and talk about the film, our pros and cons, briefly, quote unquote, briefly. And then we're going to also go ahead and we're going to say pretty much what our top 3, I would say, Nolan films are.
Yeah, we did it with the serial killer month last year, and then we can kind of speak on I kind of left it open if you want to talk about your top 3, if you want to talk about one movie, if you want to talk about Odyssey, if this is your number 1 and you feel so strongly about talking about this movie on that next segment, by all means, please do. And I think the way we feel right now, and probably the day of, and as soon as we walked out of that theater, as excited as we were about having watched this movie, is a testament to not only film, but the kind of filmmaker that Christopher Nolan is.
Yes.
For him to bring these feelings out, and we're like, oh my God, I just want to talk about this right now. And you and me probably had like a 40-minute conversation on Saturday about the fucking movie. And I was like, okay, save it because we're going to run out of material. Let's just save it, but so we were excited, We
were excited. And let me ask you guys this. Let's kind of go ahead and kick it off here. So the Odyssey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
First, how many times have you guys read the Odyssey?
So I've read the book once in high school.
I know Gabe.
And then I tried getting to it again through Audible, and I got about halfway, 3/4 of the way through before the movie came out. I just couldn't finish
this guy saying?
Nah, it's all good.
What version were you listening to? Because there's two, obviously.
Williams or Emily Wilson or whatever.
Is it Wilson or Williams? We were talking about this earlier.
I honestly, and
I don't read everybody, so.
So I was in, and so most kids, like my kids, both of my oldest daughters, and probably the other two, they read it in high school.
Yeah,
you know,
I remember reading in high school. That was part of the curriculum.
Chris was in bonehead English in high school, so we definitely did not read the Odyssey, or maybe they assigned it to me and I didn't read it. But
yeah, I mean, I read it ish.
You read the cover.
That was about it. And then I put it down. I picked up a 40-ounce at a ditching party.
So it's just like the Bible. I mean, everybody's somewhat familiar with the Odyssey and the characters, and it's Greek mythology. It has gods. You know, there's the trials and tribulations of Odysseus. So everybody kind of knows it. You know.
Yeah.
And I was worried that I was going to feel like an idiot going to go see it on Saturday with, you know, two of my daughters big fans of the book, and then, you know, my daughter's boyfriend is a PhD, so I'm like, I'm going with three scholars to go watch this fucking movie. Like, am I gonna feel like a dumbass like afterwards? But no, I didn't. Yeah, you know, it's pretty. No, it's pretty contained movie,
and that's what's, I think that's what's so great. That's what's been happening this past 2.5 months of film, that people are going, and you don't even really have to know what's going on. You're actually just being taken away, and then people are walking out with opinions. I mean, some people shouldn't have opinions, but the point is, people are walking out and talking, movies,
and going to see it again,
and and going to go see it again. And it's like we've been talking about this for a while for like 4 years since we've been doing the podcast, and one of our gripes is like, man, you know, wish just people would go see this, or, you know, and it's happening, and it's fantastic. And the year is not done.
No,
the year is not done. Yes.
And we still got at least 2, possibly 3 big movies coming out.
Yeah.
Coming out before the end of the year. So, and I am excited for the Oscars next year, because
it's gonna be good.
Oh, it's gonna be insane.
It could be anybody's game at this point, dude.
Yeah. It's like, it's that match that people been wanting for boxing and been waiting for the longest time, and we haven't got.
And you didn't think you'd
some
ever
heavy
see
hitters,
Oh yeah,
we're like, oh yes, this is it.
And some deserving talent potentially. You know, unless they get looked over.
One of the things real quick. Sorry, one of the things was I was watching the movie with my family on this past Saturday, in Arizona, and. I was just like,
Gabe had to drive all the way to Arizona to get a ticket.
Exactly. No, we were celebrating Gabe 2's birthday, his 70th birthday. So that's why we were over there.
Oh, happy birthday, man. Gabe 2.
Yeah. So we were over there doing that, and before the birthday party and stuff, like the family, or, you know, a couple of us, we all went out and watched the movie. And so my immediate family, we went out and watched the movie together before the party, and I was like, just like, yes, you know, and they were.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And I'm like, the movie hasn't even started
where's my
yet.
bow?
Exactly. The movie hadn't started yet.
Shit.
And they're like looking at me like, what is going on? I went to take a picture and send it to you guys, but every seat was full, right? And that's like, that's the thing that we've been talking about, has been the lack of getting butts in the seats for watching movies at the theater. To see every seat full, like, I was just totally freaking stoked. And I even had to, my daughter, she couldn't make it. She got sick, and I had to like refund her ticket, and I refunded it like that morning, and the seat was gone. You know, like when somebody went and sat in the seat was gone and picked up, you know. And so it was awesome to see the movie theater full. The only thing is I don't know. Well, I guess we'll get into it a little bit about the reviews and everything else of the movie, but it felt like I was the only one clapping at the end. Like, I was like, yes, let's go, you know, and everybody was like, I'm like, nobody said that, but I'm like, okay, nobody else is getting after this movie or what?
Maybe they were just so into it that they were just like zoned out.
Maybe.
You know, I mean,
maybe.
But so didn't it remind you of when you guys were kids going to the theaters and like the fucking theater there would be a line of people to get into the auditorium and
the excitement.
There'd be people everywhere. Yeah, everybody's excited to see a new movie. Mm-hmm. And that's what there was really this nostalgia feeling going on. And we went on a Saturday and we went at 10 a.m. on a Saturday.
Yeah.
And it was jumping, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, there was lines to get in, lines at the concession. You know, the theater was packed. Motherfuckers were still walking in and out like 140 times to use the bathroom because that's the new thing. I don't know. They're still showing up late. Like, dude. But, you know.
Did you guys have the previews?
We did.
Yes, dude. We did the previews. And as we're sitting there watching the fucking opening show, because I told everybody, like, we got to get there by 10. Wackoe said there's no previews. And as soon as, like, the first preview hits, they're like, tell Wackoe he's a fucking asshole. We're sitting there for like 25 minutes watching fucking previews, dude.
Well, they're not doing the previews on the 70 millimeter.
No,
that's the one.
They're doing a 4-minute Dune 3.
Yeah, all the other.
So that's what I'm excited for.
Yeah, all the other ones. Yeah, we do get the previews because as soon as we got there, like, because we weren't sure either, and I got there and it's like, is it in the IMAX format? Are they not doing previews overall? Or are they doing in standard? They're doing previews, but when we got there, they said, it's only in the 70 millimeter. We're not doing previews.
They're like, did you get a ticket for that? They're like, no. Okay.
No, I'm still trying to get one. It's only been like 2 weeks. Still can't get one.
Crazy, man. Crazy.
Well,
but why are we here, Wackoe?
Okay. I mean, this is how excited we are, guys.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I mean, you know, when we ever talk about this excitement of film. All right, guys. So let's talk about this film. Okay. Yeah. Obviously, we all walked out and we all enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
So the question is, without really getting into so much the pros and the cons, and what was this movie about, and why did you enjoy it, Chris?
So. I mean, I think I've only seen it one time, right? I do have plans on seeing it 2 more times. Right now, it's the initial like shock and awe. Mm-hmm. You know, you're still kind of taking it all in. I'm really for me, it was the scale of it, like, and for me to believe everything that's going on. Like, there's so many multiple times during this movie, and I'm pretty sure you guys will feel the same way when you're watching it and you're like, this is real. Like, this isn't fake. You know, like this is he went somewhere and shot this. Like. They built those ships. Like, it really didn't hit me with the Trojan horse until you saw them like drop out of the belly, and they were so small in comparison to the size of the horse. I was like, dude, this guy, he really built all this shit. But I think
they actually threw up and pooped on each other in there too.
I want to make sure you kept it method.
Yes, yeah. They're like, yeah, these restroom. Hold it.
Just go. You're in here for like a week. Just do it.
Just do it.
But for me, I think it was the same reason why I like Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
It was kind of the way he felt. And spoilers, if you haven't seen the movie, turn it off now because we're probably going to spoil it.
Should we have said this a long time ago?
Yeah. Well, just right now. Spoilers.
All right.
It was similar to Oppenheimer, to where he was dealing with something that he was trying to cope with a legacy that he was leaving with something that he created. You know, with Oppenheimer, like once the bomb detonates and he realizes what he does, he is kind of through turmoil through the entire remainder of the film because I just created this and this could potentially still destroy the entire world. So the character's grappling with what he created. Same thing with this one, but I like how they hit it. Like, you really didn't know the flashbacks to Athena meant. Like, you didn't really understand why he kept trying to save his soldiers. He was basically like going through PTSD.
Yeah.
You know, like not until the very, very end when he finally expresses like what I've done to these people. He basically created like mass genocide, and he took part in it. You know, that was I liked that part of it, and how they kept it hidden until the very, very like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes of the movie. Mm-hmm. That's what really kind of got me. Sorry, long-winded.
No, you're good. Great stuff. Gabe.
So where I'm at in my life right now, this movie really talked to me overall. and the things that, you know, I've been going through and working on and everything else. And so I think it just hit me really hard. There was multiple times, 2 or 3 times where, you know, I had tears that came down. Of course, I had laughter, smiles, all of that stuff. And I think just being a, you know, like a husband and a father and, you know, and at certain times, like temptations or not temptations, and going through, not because I was alcoholic, but going through sobriety and various things right now in mental health, type of things that I've been working on for myself personally. I think the movie just really spoke to me, you know, like no movie had in a long time in that sense. And that's so I think that's what was the biggest thing for me, you know, like coming away. That's why I said, you know, I put 6 out of 5 for me. I mean, not even a 5 out of 5, but a 6 out of 5, because it just hit me on so many different levels of all the things that he's gone through and been through. And it feels like over since probably 25 to pushing 50 now. So over the last 25 years myself, like I've gone through certain steps of that as well. And so, it's just, that's the reason why it just really hit me. And I thought back and I reflected on it even more, like a little bit later. And this makes me, like, when we get to like rewatchables, like I want to of course I want to watch it again and all of that stuff, because it just hit me like right in the face overall, that even though he did all of these things, and even though, like you said, created genocide and it was weighing on his conscience, he still found redemption in the end to a certain extent. I know that he left, but he tried to do, or he tried to leave it better than what it was before. Right. And
that's what, he's hoping.
That's what he's hoping for. Right. That's what he's putting his son, making his son the king, him moving on. And again, spoilers, him moving on and going off into the sunset. You know what I mean? It's like
such a cool shot.
Yes. And then him with the redemption of, you know, I'm going to head west and I'm going to pay homage to my men that I left behind. Like all of these things were weighing on his mind, weighing on his heart, weighing on his soul. And so I think all of us, and especially it relates to myself, like I said, over the last 25 years of a journey that I've had, it really talked to me a lot. And that's why I really enjoyed this movie.
That's nice. I mean, I think the biggest part of the movie that I cried the hardest was when he left the island with Calypso. I was like, why would you do that, bro? Just stay.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Keep eating.
The 2 parts that really got me, I know we'll get to them here a little bit, but the 2 parts that got me is like when he set the men on the boat, he separated from the men on his boat, and that brotherhood that they had, you know, and everything else. And so as he floated away and they floated in the opposite direction, and that's where, you know, like Himesh Patel, you know, and like I know that's his right hand man, and they're all like separating. That got me. And then the part where his son realizes who he is.
That's his dad.
Oh my God, that's my dad, you know.
With the dog.
With the dog and stuff.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. Patel's character, that's supposed to be his brother-in-law, isn't it?
I don't remember.
I think so. In the as far as I know, the book wise, I think that was his sister's husband or something like. But again, that we'll get into that later. Obviously, nothing's going to be fully by the book or anything like that. But
never is.
I mean, no filming. Well, let me save that for later. Before I rant.
Yeah, I was going to get on a rant with you on that. So I'll
no. That's I was telling Chris. It's just
what about you, Wackoe? You got a. Because I know you had a little bit to say. You're like, I think you mentioned you're like, it didn't excite you the way that you thought it was, like Gladiator or something like that.
So but it did.
Please elaborate before I kick you out of the podcast right here. On the
And first off, I think without Travis Scott, that movie would be nothing. Travis Scott is everything. It's the only reason why I went to go see it. No. When I was sick, because we have our group text, and I had mentioned that when I walked out, I was like, "Oh, that was dope." First off, the cinematography is fantastic. You know, I was really blown away with that.
insane.
The sound, it was soundtrack, score.
Yes.
Wow. And then what he's done with this, he's just getting better and better, and he's experimenting with everything around. He's, you know what I mean? He's not like where some are just like
synthesizer,
orchestra, synthesizer, or full.
He's challenging himself.
He tried to rebuild like the instruments, didn't he? To get the natural sounds, I believe.
Yeah, he's using like 2 classic instruments from that time period.
Wow. But again, I mean, I walked out of it like, whoa, that was great. But I also was, maybe because of the hypeness of it, like I was telling Chris earlier, I think I'm more heavy on social media than you guys are. And I tend to like see reviews or because I share stuff with you guys too sometimes, or sometimes just to like and piss Chris off. So
usually it's obsession based, but
yeah, or whatever it is, whatever makes us mad. So when I went in there, I was, the hypeness of it and everything, obviously that was going behind it. And I walked out. I didn't feel, when I meant to say like Gladiator, I wasn't entertained. I was referring to when he's all like, "Are you not entertained?"
Yeah.
And I was entertained, but I was not entertained. You get what I'm saying? I wasn't like fully like,
I think
blown away. It's hard to explain, but maybe I said it wrong on the chat. But my point being though is that I walked out of it. I really enjoyed it. It was awesome. It was great. But there were certain things there that for me, it just didn't really punch out to me. I guess we'll talk that on, as Chris mentions, the gripes of things. But it was awesome. What it was about to me, I think was just how you're treating others around you, I guess that pertains to the Zeus's Law aspect of it. But
right,
also too for his whole journey and everything, it's like what you do, does affect other people. And how you want to be treated at the same time. You know what I mean? And then also too is just, if you do some bad shit, that shit does scar you. And I mentioned to Chris when we had that conversation on Saturday, it was like he's just like a Vietnam vet walking around. I say that because of my dad, and then also people I know that went to Iraq and everything. Like there's that trauma. That they carry, and what they, especially those in Vietnam, I mean, shit, they were just used as tools, and they're like killing kids. It was we don't have to get all crazy,
and that's exactly what happened in this movie, because they glaze over it until the very end when they finally start showing them like attacking the villagers.
I like that. It didn't. He didn't just like bleed it all through the whole film. You know what I mean? Like
it kind of. I saw it when they make that first stop when they're trying to get home, and they're like, "We set fire to the village." I was like, "Fuck!" They're setting fire to the fucking villages. Because remember, the guy tells them like, you don't want to go that way. You're gonna get lost or whatever.
Right.
But they're burning down their
whatever.
The village. I was like, "Oh shit!" I mean, like they're kind of doing some rotten shit. But that's the kind of the first time it really hit me. And then they mention it later when you kind of see their faces, and they're like, they're just enraged when they're just like attacking everybody at
Troy.
At Troy, yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Troy. Yeah, I mean, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I
mean, there was enough good stuff. Like I had a lot of people that hit me up, weeks ago, and they're like, Nolan is cooked. It's not going to be good. Like he's been trashed for so long, and then. They kind of come back at me this week. They're like, "Oh my god, I fucking loved it so much. I can't believe how much I loved it." Like, there's too much there for you not to like. And it's funny that because we're getting into the gripes, but most recently, and that would be today, Elon Musk is like, "I'm going to make an accurate retelling of the Odyssey funded by Mel Gibson, and I'm going to use my AI to create the whole movie." And it's like, what the fuck? Like, why, dude? There's no fucking point to that. Just because you can,
We have to remember it's an adaptation of a book. Right, and that's what people forget. Like,
a myth.
An adaptation of a myth, right? And
yeah,
overall, what they're going through is like, this is the gods keeping people in alignment, type of thing. And these are the stories that were told. And I recognize like Hermes wasn't in the story, and there was
some of the
gods weren't in the movies, and the lotus flower, the guys, his crew didn't eat the lotus flowers, and he rejected all that. And there was a whole bunch of other things, like little tiny things that were missed in the movie, but the movie itself outweighs the adaptation that he had of the book.
And it's all right. So let's get into our gripes here, since we're already
go for it.
Talking on that shit.
Yeah, you go first, Wackoe.
Okay, so one, I just want to say that again. I'm always more heavy in social media than these guys, and there's just
I don't even have a cell phone.
I'm on rotary.
People are he's on rotary. There's just people out there just talking smack, just saying how it's not so authentic, it's not by what the book is, it's not by first I was just like, hey, you guys are dumb. But then after a while, people were just ranting, and there was just one specific one, and I unfollowed her. I followed her before because she was a Star Wars fan, and she's like, Star Wars influencer things, and it's something to relate to, you know what I mean? And she's built her platform on that. And for the past week, the first time she posted something saying like, it was awful, don't go see it. It's the most horrible thing ever. How dare he, not tell it by the way it's supposed to be told, yada, yada, yada. And then I guess by the comments, she would pick the comments, and I know what she's doing. She picks the comments, and then she elaborates. Someone says, well, why are you being so like racist or something? And then she made a whole post about racist. Well, why did he have the Asian guy only one jump off the boat and go chase the girls? Why did he like?
What the
it fuck? Was just some crazy stuff out there, man, that people are just posting. First off, people, nobody knows the real fucking story, because these were people that did songs, okay?
Right.
The reason why they put Travis Scott, I mean, this is one of my gripes. He wasn't that great for me. You know what I mean? But I understood the reasoning is because he's a rapper / rappers are poets.
I disagree with you, but go ahead.
Yeah. So rapper / poets, obviously it was a representation that like, hey, let's get somebody who is that represents that,
Right.
For me, I just felt like somebody who's going to do that has to have this certain energy on telling the story. For me, I'm not saying he was horrible. I'm just saying that, there's a different way of emotion that these people would do these songs, and then again, I'm a Turner Classic movie guy, and that's a big part of how I see this film and what my expectations are, because I've seen
song and stuff.
Yes. So I've seen Ulysses. I've seen, name it, I see it. You know what I mean? I love those films. That's what I grew up on, because I used to sit and watch it with my grandparents when I used to chill with them. But these are men that traveled along the Mediterranean and told stories. And there was nothing written. It was what they were heard and their interpretation of it. So none of their stories were always all the same. And it wasn't in text until Homer put it down. And even his interpretation of it is what his interpretation of it. And then again, it was redone with Wilson or Williams, whatever her last name, whatever. So people, nobody knows the real fucking story.
It's just an interpretation.
And that's what movies are. If we want to get crazy like that, Pinocchio is not fucking the way it was supposed to be doing.
The Lion King.
Little Mermaid is not that. She's supposed to be crying her fucking ass off in agony and pain every step that she fucking takes. Snow White's dead. Like, do we really want to go down that rabbit hole? You know what I mean? So it's just so crazy how people were just attacking the film that way. I'm just like, you guys are all fucking idiots. And I put up a post saying, some people
I saw that.
I was like, some of you people it was a mistake to give you guys a voice,
I mean, sometimes the internet is bad,
Yeah. So
your gripes are not about the movie, they're about the people who watch
just
the
that
movie.
Part. I just want to explain that, because that's a big thing that people are talking about. That's a thing that's out there. It's just, And it's like he did a fantastic job. This is his movie. This was his,
and you're paying to see it.
And you paid to
multiple
see it.
times.
Yeah. So shut the fuck up. Okay.
So
Wackoe, I think
for the audience, we were warned that good thing we weren't recording yesterday because the whole episode would have just been of Wackoe doing this for the whole episode. But
so
you lucked out. Everybody.
My gripe of I gave it a 4.5. I think I told you guys, and the reason being I gave it was, for me, one, I just felt that sometimes that dialogue didn't really like reach out of the frame for me. You know what I mean?
Dad.
Not even so much that. The English part didn't really bother me too much. What I think would have been great is that those who are Englishmen or women, just let them talk their normal It would have been great. I didn't care if someone spoke English and someone had the British English delivery. Accent. Thank you. And like, just let it be. Like, you know, I would have been fine with that. I think Robert Pattinson would have even been more more of an evilish. Asshole. More of an asshole if he would have did his regular voice. And then the other person that was really Tom. I'm sorry, Tom, but I just really didn't feel it, man. Like, the only time he had a life vest thrown at him is when fucking Matt came in and they were on the screen together. You know, I felt that Matt just was like lifting them up and kind of holding them up right there. Yeah. I just didn't really feel Tom. Maybe if he spoke in his accent, like I think it would have been a little bit more. You know, I don't know. I just felt Tom just didn't really deliver to me. You know, I think that was the weakest point of the film, in my opinion. Yeah. And I guess that's pretty much what my gripe is.
And you know, so I'll say mine. Did you want to go? Do you have something to say, Gabe? Or did you already forget?
No, go ahead. I'll gripe a little bit after.
So my major gripe was Tom Holland. We spoke about it.
Yeah.
You know, I think him using the American accent. The only thing I could see on the screen, it was really hard for me to disconnect him from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then his hair was the same exact hairstyle. But again, I had to think about it. Well, this is a very, very expensive play. And all these people are just on stage in the play. Yeah. And also, you know, to lend to what you said about the whole Travis Scott thing, I think Christopher Nolan was like, you know why I'm going to cast Travis Scott? Because I can.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think he just did that because, and that's why like he put Elliot Page as like one of the strongest characters in a very significant role in the movie. I think he just did it because he's like, hey, because I can, you know, and which is fine. You know, I do think, and you know, it's scary to say this name right now. If they would have put Timothée Chalamet as Odysseus' son,
I was thinking
it might have been a doper performance, man.
No, I was gonna bring that up later, but yeah, I really think
that's kind of how I felt.
How crazy would have that been too for him though? Like that would have been Dune in this.
I mean, we have another question coming up here in a little bit that I'll ask, but yeah, so my major gripe was Tom Holland. I thought he was the weakest part of the movie. That on top of like the hygiene, you know, everybody was cleanly shaven and everybody's teeth was straight, and it kind of took me out a little bit. But you know, I've got to kind of,
you know,
got to invest in the fantasy. But,
yeah, I guess so. I mean, no one's gonna be fucking, you know,
they all should have looked
Johnny
like Opie.
Depp. Johnny
should
Depp.
be like Opie. You know how Opie was? Who had the, you know, he had the big beard. You know, his mentor.
Oh yeah,
they all should have looked like him.
But like Johnny Depp, like when he was Captain Jack Sparrow, this guy would literally went to the dentist.
Oh, and had like
he went all out. Like
it would have been an ugly cast.
Yeah. No one's gonna go, you know, full R word as yeah,
exactly. Go ahead, Gabe.
You don't go full R word.
I definitely agree with you guys on the Tom Holland aspect.
Yeah.
I was really excited for him to be in a little bit different role outside of Spider-Man.
Likewise,
you know, and I know he does really great with Spider-Man, but I was looking forward to see him because he has had a few things that just haven't really worked out, like the video game movie, and you know, with Matthew Wahlberg and a few other things. So I was in this ensemble cast. I was expecting him to hopefully find some, to bring it. Now, after he went and he came back from seeing what's his name, shoot.
John Bernthal.
Yes, when he came back from seeing John Bernthal, like he did pick it up a little bit after that point. When he got back, so he did pick it up a little bit, but I wanted a little bit more from him, and I was hoping to hear him, like you guys. I was hoping to hear him in his English accent doing that, and then, and kind of some of the other characters as well. Like you said, Robert Pattinson. I was hoping to hear him in his English accent, and and just kind of see how it all came together. But Wackoe, I'm with you on the people on social media right now. Like it's just been the hate that they're spewing.
It's crazy.
It seems to be more for, like views and more for trying to gain people versus actually really talking about the movie itself. They're talking about the adaptation of the book and what he put together, and not anything about what the movie, how it was shot, the acting, what the practical effects, all of these things that he put together. Nobody, they're not talking about that. They're just talking about the adaptation of the book and like, oh, this god was missed and that god was missed and this part didn't happen or whatever they wanted to do, or they should have did this. But there's so many like little tiny great things that happened with like the earwax in, like what we got when the earwax went in. And I was like, and when it happened, like it got quiet and I clapped like that, and it got, because you guys have taught me to watch movies differently, and I'm over here like, oh shit, like, am I the only one that realized like it all went silent? Like we're hearing what they're hearing, and that was the whole thing, is he wanted us to be in that experience, right? And so we're hearing what he's hearing. And I was like, that was brilliant. Like I kind of said out loud, and I'm like, oh wait, I got to be quiet, and
genius.
Yes, and so
and people are all like,
what?
Oh, we didn't even hear that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like, what happened to the sound?
Yes, what happened to the sound? Exactly. And it's like, and I'm over here like, brilliant, So,
pure cinema.
And the other thing too is pure cinema. Yeah, and the other thing is too, when people are complaining about how like the wardrobe, the costume design, and how it's not authentic,
period accurate.
Well, not to burst your bubble, everybody. If you want to get crazy like that, then we're going to see everybody in these little fucking leaves or fucking cut.
Like togas
and stuff. And they didn't really have much. Even their armor wasn't as, you know what I mean? Just, but people, it's a fucking
wasn't
movie.
menacing looking.
Bro.
No.
Can I ask you guys a question real quick?
Yeah.
The Agamemnon armor, when he comes on screen, is that not
the door opens?
The door opens. Is that not the most badass armor? Oh my god! When that door opens it's like
it's crazy,
Darth Vader,
right?
Like coming out. I was like, yes. I was like,
did you see the interview that Matt Damon said? Like he didn't know he was going to be standing there with 200 guys behind him. So when he opened the door and they all started running in, he was like, that was a genuine fucking reaction. Like he did not know
that's great
that all those guys were in the dark waiting to come in.
That's great.
That's awesome.
And then you notice though too, like later we finally figure, well, for those that don't know, but that they are the bad guys in a sense in this film, because they're all wearing dark. The whole idea of Hollywood is, white is good.
Yeah.
Black is bad. And if you've noticed, the people,
they're wearing
black. The Troy wearing white,
all white
and gold.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah. Thank you. Sometimes I pull shit out of my ass.
So he's not going to get any run, but I really feel like Hamish Patel was absolutely fantastic in the movie.
Oh yes.
And
I said, dude, what I text you guys though about him after I saw it? Yeah. Motherfucker needed to lift some weights, man.
He did. Well,
need to. His fucking arms were like this mic stand. I was like, dude, you're. I don't believe that you've been in no battle, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, you see, especially when you see Matt Damon with the shirt off and stuff, and it's like freaking ripped. I mean, he doesn't look like it with his clothes. But he's ripped. But
his stunt double's like a 5 foot tall buff chick, dude.
Yeah.
Well, they did that for what, depth perception, especially against the giants and stuff. Those guys were all 7 foot tall.
Force perspective.
Yeah, for the force perspective. Yeah, for sure. But
even that, I thought that was cool. That the idea of having them in like armor and stuff.
Gabe, let's save what you're going to say, because we got that coming up here pretty soon.
Cool.
But go ahead, keep going to your next category, Wackoe.
Okay. I just want to do this real quick, a little quick side quest here.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
No, this one thing I got to say though. It was really great to see so many. I mean, it wasn't a lot, but a very good chunk of the Latino actors on the screen on something like this. So
all colors too, man. It was
it was great. But we've had these conversations before. You know, me being Mexicano, Latino, whatever. How it was really cool to see that. We don't get too much of that, you know,
True.
On an epicness like this, and that's just like, you know, shout out to, we got, you know, Jimmy Gonzalez, John Leguizamo, Lupita. I mean, she's originally from Mexico, right? That's where she was born. Jesse Garcia, Maurice, and then, like, I mean, even Matt Damon, because he's always invited to the carne asada.
There you go.
Because he speaks better Spanish than me. Like, but it was cool, you know, just to see that. And I just kind of wanted to put that out there. So,
that's good.
Guys, what do you think is next for Nolan?
Well,
yeah,
I know, Chris, you said horror
that.
film, right?
Dude, I mean, so what the
said he was taking
the Cyclops part and Hades.
Yeah, Hades was awesome. I was
like, that shit is fucking scary, bro.
Yeah.
Like
that Hades.
I love the Hades scene.
So good. And, dude, the stunt people. Wow, they had a just a straw,
debris,
whatever you had
come out of the ground. Yeah,
yo, that was great. That whole shit was great.
I mean, what do you guys think? I honestly don't know what because after Oppenheimer, and I've said this with different directors, you know, they all have a magnum opus. With Michael Mann, it would have been Heat. So everything that came after Heat was just gravy. You know, he did so much good stuff after Heat. He has had some stinkers, but he'd had a lot of good work afterwards, like, you know, Ali, Collateral, The Insider. Those all came post Heat. Same thing with Spielberg. His magnum opus was Saving Private Ryan, and the dude has just continued to make Heat, you know, for the preceding 25 years. You could say Tarantino's magnum opus was Kill Bill 1 and 2, and then he's just continued to make some really great stuff. So I think after Oppenheimer, that was his magnum opus. I don't think he needed to make any more movies after that. You know, he could have stopped.
Yeah.
But for him to do the Odyssey and for it to come across like it did, the delivery, I don't know what he could do next, man.
Well, they said that he was, from what some people were putting out there, he's going to do a 3-year, I just need 3 years of chill.
Yeah.
And then there was that rumor of a horror idea, you know, concept maybe. I really don't think he's going to do the sci-fi twisted, you know, mind-bending type of which he's been kind of known, like, you know, to do. I think he's going to do another more, whether it's historic or maybe it's a horror or something that's just not the sci-fi mind-bending aspect of it. You know what I mean? I think he's going to do one more of those before he can be like, all right, cool, I'm going to go and fuck with people's head and just do something really, you know, another Tenet or something along those lines.
Yeah, I thought I saw, he said that they've been on a run since like Dunkirk and Tenet and Oppenheimer and that, like, his whole team.
Yeah.
That he's like, I think we need a little bit of a break. Yeah. So it sounds like he was going to take a little bit of break. I'm sure he's got some creative things that are in there. I don't know what you guys' thoughts would be on, you know, could he save like a Superman franchise like he did with the Batman? Can he do something like that? I mean, he's already done the comic book character, but
I would stay away from that because that ship's already like fucking sinking, man. My opinion.
What about a mummy?
In terms of it, I mean, if you could give me the horror aspect, I'd probably be into it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I think in the grand scheme of his entire filmography, the most un-Nolan movies he has are Dark Knight Rises and Batman Begins. You know, every Dark Knight I think is so hardcore Christopher Nolan. Yeah. I don't know why he would step into a superhero genre film, but I mean, I want him to keep doing original shit.
Yeah, I'm looking at the filmography right now, and it's just like
Heat.
Yeah.
Heat.
Yeah, and I mean, he's done War. Obviously, he's done
fucking Wackoe.
Yeah, he's done comics. He's done a straightforward movie. I mean, like you talk about the mind bending, the sci-fi.
Yeah.
What else? What other genre can he hit? And it seems like horror would be the next one. But
I mean, he did good on those kind of those scary scenes. Really hit hard, man. I was like, damn, dude.
What if he were to do a horror film with his little twisted, mind-bending script concept idea?
I mean, we'll see. Building up to the Odyssey, I watched all of his films, and I'm a nut. I like to research them all. And Interstellar had been in development since 2006, and that was supposed to be a Steven Spielberg movie.
Yeah,
and 2011, 2010, Spielberg's like, I don't want to make that anymore. And Jonathan Nolan wrote it, so he said, you know what? Let me give this to my brother. And he just was like, okay, let's do that. So you never know what could be out there,
Well, all we can do is sit and wait and just see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, all right. I mean,
I just want to ask you guys standout performances on the Odyssey.
For me.
And now, Gabe, you can talk about Himesh Patel.
Yeah, Himesh Patel. I really enjoyed him in his role as being the right-hand man, kind of the Jiminy Cricket on his shoulder.
The audience avatar.
Yes, absolutely. So, obviously, John Leguizamo was great. I'm still a little bit... Do I think she's going to get an Oscar nom? Yes, Anne Hathaway. But I'll be honest, I'm a little bit on the fence with her performance. It was... It got strong at the end, but her interactions with Tom Holland, I think, were a little bit weak. And I don't know if that's dealing with Tom Holland or
I think that was him.
Maybe so. Maybe.
Yes.
So
I think so.
Yeah. So
because I've seen her do some shit.
Absolutely.
Man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've seen her fucking pull guns out.
So let's say it goes. Did you watch Obsession, Gabe?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's good. So let's say it goes. Let's say it goes best actress, right? It's let's say it's Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt for Disclosure Day, and what is her name? Indy Navarrete for Obsession. Like, who are you pulling for, bro? You know what I'm saying? Well, out of those three.
Shoot, it's tough. They all put in some good performances. I'm probably going with Emily Blunt.
In there, though.
Yeah.
That's been heat, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I think performance-wise, for me, it would be Emily Blunt overall for performance-wise. But, Obsession, it, like you said, it's generated a lot of heat. And I think they're going to give a good push at Oscar time for Movie of the Year as well as, Best Actress. And you know what happens when they throw that money at it.
Mm-hmm. Just kind of overtakes them. They just see dollar signs.
Yep.
We'd mention always, you and me, Gabe, that Hardy got robbed for Dunkirk. He should have been nominated for Best Supporting.
Yes.
And I think Emily Blunt should have been nominated for Best Supporting Actress for Oppenheimer because she's fucking fantastic in that movie.
She killed it.
I mean, you never know. I mean, so in this movie, I thought Leguizamo, I think he's going to get some shine this year. He was fantastic. He's that kind of performer. He definitely deserves something. But the one that really stood out to me was the guy that was telling them, the guy that comes out of the sand and he has the shade over his face and he's telling him what he needs to do and he's telling him his men are going to die. That's James Remar from The Warriors, right?
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, that's the guy that played Ajax and he was General Shaw most recently in Welcome to Derry. Because as soon as I was watching him, and as soon as I heard him talk, I'm like, I know this guy's voice. Who is this voice? And then it hit me. I'm like, holy shit, that's fucking James Remar, who was fucking frightening as whatever character he's playing.
Yeah.
I'd love for him to get some shine too. But
I thought you were going to say Samantha Morton with the Cersei role.
And she deserves it as well, man.
Yeah.
They said, so Nolan said after she did her few takes, it was the entire cast and crew came out and gave her a standing ovation, and he said the only other time he's seen that happen was with Heath Ledger during The Dark Knight. So they were all blown away. And she's working on a movie or a TV show She fucking flew in and did that scene and then fucking flew right out, dude.
That's fucking boss mode.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
She's
That's
badass,
boss
man.
mode. Yeah,
really good.
For myself, I actually said Samantha Morton, I think, was one of a standout performers. Another reason being is for her to utilize the tools that she had, those practical effects of the animatronics and
the big
bro, like
nuts.
That was so fucking good, dude. That was so good. Like
as soon as she said her name, I was like, "Fuck, I remember this part. I know it's gonna happen."
Yeah, and then I also John, and I slipped in Matt in there. I think Matt.
Yeah, Matt was pretty good.
He was good.
He'll get run for sure.
Oh yeah. He's already on his campaign already, man. So
this is another one of my questions for you guys. Do you think there would have been a better Odysseus out there?
Ooh, I've had this conversation.
Let's go and let's dig into Nolan filmography, people he's worked with, like the repeat offenders. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because he has a lot of repeat offenders.
And one of them that been popping up, bro, was Christian.
Poof, man, Christian Bale, bro.
I was thinking Christian Bale too.
Yeah,
but I mean, you could have went Christian Bale. You could have went. Damn, I wrote it down here. Tom Hardy. Could you imagine Tom Hardy as fucking Odysseus, dude? But
you don't think he would have like did too much of his little Tom Hardy voice? I was
born in but and also since we're not really paying attention about race, like that's a fucking. We're not even gonna discuss that. What about John David Washington, man, as Odysseus? That would have been kind of cool too,
No, well, but then that would have pissed everybody off then.
I would have fucking loved it though.
It would have been like, what is this?
Yeah. I think I would have liked John David Washington and what's the dude's name that plays Dr. Dre, like his role.
I could not. That's another one of my gripes too, man. I did not like him.
I forgot about him. You're right. Yeah,
Corey
Hawkins. Yeah,
and I told Wackoe his little twisty ties were in his hair. Where I was like, I mean, that was just
Travis
Scott
crazy. Did better than him.
Yeah,
he was really weak. I think he really kind of was the weak link in those sequences.
Yeah,
and in those scenes. So
as we approach the hour.
Nice.
We should probably wrap it up and move on to the next section. But I do want to mention that the cultural phenomenon of trying to obtain tickets is just wild. I mean,
that's great though.
I had a friend of mine who, she went to go see it last night just in passing, and she came to me the next day or today, and she's like, my God, that movie was so good. And I was like, oh, what format did you see it in? Just in laser. I was like, you should check out the IMAX. And I started showing her like the comparison. Mm-hmm. So all day long, she's like trying to find fucking tickets.
Oh, wow.
So this is just a thing. And even with Jessica, like she's a moviegoer because of me, but she's looking for like 70 millimeter IMAX tickets. So it's becoming this thing, that everybody wants to have it. Like they don't know why. They kind of understand. But we have to see it in 70 millimeter IMAX.
That's so crazy what he's done to like the culture. Like,
I mean, the same thing was done with Sinners too. And honestly, I can honestly say it probably felt about the same as Sinners. Like people were trying to get, see Sinners.
But
Sinners was a slow burn.
It was slow, and it was really easy to get a ticket to see Sinners.
I could not get a ticket to see 70 millimeter Sinners, and I tried.
It was pretty easier than to get to see Sinners compared to this, bro. My opinion, I think. I don't know. I mean, but
I've seen people. They're like, they're going 2:00 in the morning showing. I've seen people are flying to like the Midwest, to like go watch the movie.
I'm going 6 a.m., guys.
It's crazy.
I'm just glad this is happening.
Oh hell yeah, this is great. And this is the problem with these other people that are putting negative shit. And they're the same people that say, we need to go see the movies. We need to support your movies. People, movies. Well,
just like that.
You're not fucking. You're being a hypocrite. So
I'm just wondering. I think the thing that pisses me off is how is it that they have a bigger platform than me or us? It's like they're freaking idiots. How is it that they have a bigger platform than us?
People like drama.
People do. They like
so.
drama. That's why reality shows work great. That's why everyone's, unless you guys want to do 90 minutes on film, Love Island.
Dude.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the president of the United States, guys. People love drama.
Yeah.
You know,
They love
a fucking shit show.
Yeah, they love drama, you know, and they just.
Anyways, let's. You guys want to move into the next one?
So, oh well.
Got anything to say? Your rating, Gabe, was 6 out of 5.
6 out of 5 for me.
Yeah, and Wackoe's 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah, thanks to Tom.
Yeah, and I'm a 4.5 out of 5. Same reason, because of Tom.
Yeah.
And a couple.
Yeah, just Tom, and the other thing was I think it was just the writing, the dialogue. You know, sometimes I think it was kind of a little bit weak.
Well, he's not a great writer. He's not a great dialogue writer.
Yeah,
yeah,
I know. Yeah, I know. But that had a lot to do with it as well too. But again, fucking great film. Go fucking watch it, people. Just watch that shit.
Go see it in 70mm IMAX.
Yeah, and speaking of Christopher Nolan, we also had the task to kind of pick 3
an assignment,
courtesy of Chris. Yeah. Rank 3 of Chris's films, I guess.
Christopher Nolan, not Christopher Garcia.
Sorry, not Chris Garcia. Christopher Nolan's films.
Yeah.
So for me, I know Chris had sent out a thing. I just kind of picked the films that I feel as though that are the best ones for me.
Yeah, that resonate with you. I mean, because like I told Gabe, I said, with a serial killer one, we picked our top 3. Yeah. Like this one, just pick the 3 you want to talk about. If it happens to be your top 3, cool. If it's you want to talk about all Odyssey, that's cool too.
Yeah.
And I kind of mentioned I spread the love just a little bit. When I was putting it together.
Yeah, yeah.
But the 3 you want to talk about, you said?
Well, I just kind of summarize everything on more or less of why I felt though that these are like my top 3.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of dab into the little bit of the categories that you mentioned. At least I think they do. But if I were to go, do you want me to just kind of say the movies and then just run through them real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, just say the 3 you got.
All right. So on the bottom, I put the Dark Knight.
Okay.
Number 3. If we were going to rank these,
okay,
I would say number 3 would be Dark Knight. Now, this was kind of hard. I mean,
it's hard to rank all good movies.
It's hard. Yeah, it's really difficult, and all of them are fucking fantastic in their own way. But I had to put Dark Knight in there because I think it's one of the films, and I think you even mentioned it earlier. It's not really like a Nolan film. You know what I mean? It's and what he did with this, I think, changed the game as we see and transformed the superhero genre.
For the negative, some people can say.
So I mean, some people say the negative. Yeah. I see otherwise. I mean, bringing these comic book stories or live action.
It legitimized the genre. Is what
it did. I think so. It did because before that, everything was. I mean, you had a little bit more bubblegum poppy type feel
like Sam
to it.
Raimi, Spider-Man.
Yeah. The second one, well, it's the Odyssey, which we just kind of broke down in here. I think this is where we get the epic Hollywood films.
Yes.
I talk about the old Turner Classic Channel, movie channel, and watching all those films. They were always about the Greek gods and taking historic events, even Moses. Things like they were so epic. And then you had the lineup of the stars that were all in there. They were like the fucking heavy hitters. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And this is we finally got something like this in a long, long time. And then for my top one,
Dark Knight Rises.
I was gonna say that. Dark Knight Rises. Oppenheimer. I mean, instead of talking about the bomb, we're talking about the damage. Instead of the bomb and the damage and all that shit, we're talking about like this heavy burden guilt, like that this guy's got to go through. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's kind of common, I think, in Chris's films. If you look at Dark Knight, if you look at Oppenheimer, even the Odyssey,
Shit.
like
Inception, even
Inception. It's always even in Inception's like he can never see his kids' faces, and then he never saw his child's face as a baby. Remember when that whole scene, his face was turned away.
Yeah,
and then once he left,
even in Insomnia too, because he's kind of dealing with what he did, like he killed his partner, and
so
he's supposed to be doing something else. And...
Right. But I mean, Oppenheimer is just like this. Like Murphy's portrayal was it was elegant. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The practical effects again, what he's done with that film, and it just like really pulled me in. And I just love how he brought the two stories, doing the storytelling in two different perspectives with the black and white, and then you had in color.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I would say Oppenheimer is like right now my number one for Christopher Nolan. Yeah.
Okay.
Done.
All right. So I wasn't sure. We were going back and forth over it. So right now I love Odyssey. Obviously, I told you guys the reason why, but I'm gonna leave that one out for right now. So I'll go with the other three.
I did the same.
And so I'm going. If we're going to 3 up, I'm going Interstellar is number 3 for me. I'm going to Inception is number 2, and Dunkirk is number 1 for me.
Ooh.
Yeah. It just
where does Oppenheimer fall for you?
Oppenheimer's probably 4 or 5. Yeah, it's if I'm going Odyssey's at the top, I'm saying Oppenheimer is in 5 for me right now.
Damn, wow.
And I love Oppenheimer, and I couldn't take my eyes off the screen with Oppenheimer. I think the thing though too with Oppenheimer for me is like in Inception, in Interstellar, in Dunkirk, those movies talk to me on a personal level a little bit more than great filmmaking that Oppenheimer is. And that's the only reason why I kind of bump it down and even move Odyssey up, is because there's a lot of great practical effects. There's a lot of great movie making that happens with Oppenheimer, but the story doesn't resonate with me on a personal level like these other movies do. And I think that's what it really comes down to for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, man. Well, so I did the same thing that Gabe did. I took Odyssey out because we're going to be talking about that forever. And we've already been talking about it for an hour and 15 minutes. But so my number 3 is Tenet for... Wow. I just like... So that movie just... The thing that really appeals to me is the rewatchability. Because I can watch that movie and I'm always going to catch something new.
Yeah.
And I can watch it and it's just so much fun. It's literally like a secret agent movie turned on its head and flipped backwards and go in the opposite direction. You know what I mean? It's a lot of fun, and I just love the brotherly dynamic between the protagonist and Neil, which is Robert Pattinson and John David Washington. I love their dynamic, and that's one of those movies that I probably shouldn't cry at the very end, but when he tells them, like, who hired you? And like he's like breaking down in tears. He's like, you hired me. And he's like, this is your beginning, but this is my end.
Yeah.
And then he's like, will I ever see you again? He's like, we get into some stuff. And then he's literally walking on the helicopter to his death because he knows like what has actually become his best friend this entire movie. And it's going to be his best friend from now on is dead because he saw him die like 15, 20 minutes prior. Because he saw his little backpack with the red keychain hanging on it. That's why I like that part.
Nuts,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah, I love that fucking movie. My number 2 is... I'm sorry, I got those reversed, man. Number 3 is Dunkirk.
Oh, okay.
And that's the movie that made me look at it and think, I cannot believe... Like, that movie made me wonder, how did he do this? With the period accurate airplanes and shooting Tom Hardy in the fucking cockpit and, doing all the massive explosions on the fucking field. And then the way he cut it, like, how did he come up with cutting it? Like the one part is 1 week, the other part is 1 day, and the third part is 1 hour. That's one of those movies that made me really question, like, my God, this guy
he knows how to fuck with time.
Knows how to fuck with time. And that fact that he was able to pull everything off really blew me away. And he didn't show any blood, really.
Yeah,
for the most part,
because that's not his thing, though. That's one thing I respect with him. Yeah,
he doesn't believe in showing gore or excessive
yeah.
violence or blood on screen.
Yeah.
So sorry, Dunkirk's my 3. Tenet's my number 2 for the reasons why I mentioned previously, and then my number 1 is definitely going to be Oppenheimer, just because of the way he delivered that character, and he's such a tragic character. Not so much a hero, I guess he could be considered a hero. He's a hero of the war, but you just feel so bad for him the whole movie, and then it's even worse when he refuses to stand up for himself. And his fucking wife at the end, she doesn't handshake. She didn't shake that dude's hand at the very end. That's just an all-encompassing magnum opus for me from Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nolan, I got those out of order.
Fucking beast. Nolan is a goddamn beast.
Yeah.
Well, we survived.
Yep, moving right along, I guess.
We made it back home.
Yeah.
On this journey, going to the different islands of Nolan.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I don't know, man. What do you think is what do you think it's gonna happen with the Dune 3? What are you guys' predictions? Let's put this down right here.
As far as what being fucking fantastic?
Well, I mean, I think we know it's gonna be great.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's gonna be head to head for Best Picture?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be Digger, fucking Dune 3, and fucking the Odyssey gonna be going head to head, bro.
It's gonna be
It'll be interesting.
Over Project Hail Mary.
I don't know, man. I think it's going to be like how we mentioned last year about Sinners. You're like, oh man, they're going to forget about Sinners, and they didn't. I'm afraid they're going to forget about Project Hail Mary.
I think everyone already did.
Dude, it's kind of frightening, dude. But I don't. And then again, you guys haven't seen The Invite. I highly recommend watching The Invite, man.
No, I do want to see that.
Yeah. I saw that. I was like, motherfucker, this is Best Picture. Wow. And it potentially could be. I mean, it'll probably be a huge upset if it does win Best Picture or Best Director, but it's a very good film. It is a very good film.
And you know what I think that what Odyssey is held up and it's still doing is you had it came out in a theater and Marvel was dumb enough. Marvel's been making some stupid moves, in my opinion. It was dumb enough to drop their trailer
on Monday
on this massive hypeness that's going on,
dude.
And it didn't really, me personally, and I'm not talking about all the
fans.
And I love Marvel, man. I love comic stuff. Chris, I know Chris understands comic. Gabe, he really loves, because sometimes we talk shit to Chris about stuff like, hey, this is just entertainment. You know what I mean? Right. I just felt though it's just like it didn't make a massive impact than what it usually these types of, and especially with this, it's supposed to be more Secret Wars. You got Doomsday, whatever. And Robert's up, coming out of this whole thing, and I just felt it didn't do that massive punch that it it was expected to do.
You know why Doomsday frightens me, guys?
Why?
Because I'm afraid I'm going to be the guy that you were just complaining about earlier. That all he does is talk shit about Doomsday. Which is I watched it once and it just. For you guys and the audience and moviegoers to see this,
Chris says everybody,
this massive film, The Odyssey, shot in the real world, doing real world things,
the way film
transporting you exactly the way films used to be made, transporting you to a different time, for you doing the whole buy-in, and then to watch a trailer for a movie that's probably going to be the same length, but to be shot on almost 100% green screen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what really got me was
and that's why people were tripping out on a lot of the stuff that, like the pig thing and stuff. Everyone was thinking, oh, that was some crazy CGI. But then when they said, no, that wasn't CGI.
Yeah.
We're like, what? So I think I've said that to you guys. They're all like, they're tripping out on practical. Like, whoa, it's so crazy that you could just do it like for real.
Yeah.
Like,
you can still practical. How did they do that?
How did they do that?
How did they do it with no computer?
Yeah, but that's where society's at now, because we're so into technology. We're so used to just the CGI and everything. And then when a film like this just comes out, and then it's just like, no,
just blows
this
people
is
away.
pretty much. Yeah,
I mean, there's enough out there for everybody. I'm so jaded by Marvel. I mean, do you
but
guys
you're not wrong
remember?
though too. I totally understand and I agree with you on your thing. I just feel as though that you're just like you want to take it to your grave. You just.
I mean, I'm hoping they show me like I'm gonna go see Spider-Man Brand New Day because I like the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah. I think that's probably the only one that so far that's just
my favorite.
Tickled my pickle the right way.
And I talked to the 90 Minutes on Film correspondent today, Samantha Garcia, and I told her, I was like, hey, let's talk Doomsday trailer. And she's like, here's all I got to say. If Dr. Doom is stopping Stormbreaker, right, with his two fingers, and Stormbreaker stabbed Thanos in the heart, cut the Infinity Stones, why does Yelena Belova have two guns? Like, what are the two guns going to do against somebody that can stop Stormbreaker? Yeah. I was like, fuck, I didn't think about that.
Right.
I'm not saying I'm not going to see it. I'm saying I'm going to hold out as long as I can. But I mean, even bringing back those X-Men.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Well, I was just going to ask.
Even bringing
my question. Sorry, my question was going to be: is why are the movies not giving the other movies a chance to breathe? Like, why are the studios doing this
same day?
Yeah, exactly. So you have, and I'm going to go see Spider-Man as well because I love the Tom Holland Spider-Man. I mean, I love all the Spider-Mans, but I really like what he's done with it. And so you're only giving Odyssey like 2 weeks before Spider-Man comes out. Why not give it a month in between? And why is Doomsday? Why is that coming out on the same day as Dune? Why
because
not?
Disney's being stupid.
I know, but
Marvel,
why not drop it like at Thanksgiving time? You know what I mean? Like drop it at Thanksgiving time. You're going to get maximum people around their families that are going to go out and watch that movie. How dumb is that?
They want December because they know December's a juicy ass month. It's just for that type of film. It's a great fucking month for film for December. But they're dumb. They can really dominate. They could dominate any fucking month, to be honest, bro. Like, let's just be real. They could dominate. Doesn't matter what time of the year.
Yeah.
But why not have a whole block? You need a month with this film, guaranteed. But then you
need 10 years to build to it.
Yeah.
So we care about the fucking characters. But.
Yeah. So here's the thing, though, with it that I think they'll do, because I know they're not going to get all the IMAX screens or anything like that, obviously. Because
they're getting no IMAX screens.
Yeah, none of them. So, but we're getting Infinity Vision, guys. Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited to see Infinity Vision, even though I've seen it for like I don't know how long already. Because it's the same fucking movie theater.
Well, it's cool because we shot this episode on 90 Minutes on Film Vision. I just didn't tell you guys that.
Okay, so there we go.
Wow, no wonder why. I now I noticed the difference.
Yeah. It's going to cost you more.
There we go.
But,
wow.
It's just crazy to me because like what you're saying, Wackoe, is Doomsday's not going after Movie of the Year in the Academy Awards.
No,
right?
You're just going for the money.
You're going for the money. Take the biggest money grab you can give. Come out Thanksgiving weekend. Get all the IMAX. Get all the Dolby. Get everything that's out there. Grab all of that for 2 to 3 weeks. Rake in the cash that you've been losing on all of these movies over, however many years now. Take all that money back and give Dune its own opening because that will be going after Movie of the Year, and let Dune do its thing. I mean, it's going to do its thing anyways on top of Doomsday, but I just don't understand why they're not giving each one of these movies space.
Marvel and Disney are just being that little brat brother that just doesn't want to let the other brother shine.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Yeah, it's like that brother has graduated and moved out and he's got his own career.
Yeah, and he's that brother, he or she, whatever, that brother, sorry.
The sibling.
Okay, let's say because I don't want anyone to get, why is it going to be a brother? So that sibling is a mature sibling and is going to actually get a fucking chance to bring something to the family. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're going to be in the Oscars.
Yeah.
You're not going to be
You're
in the
not.
Oscars.
Yeah.
You're not going to be, like let your sibling shine, and then you can come in and just fucking kill it, and just take all the money and shit.
Yeah. People aren't going to watch. I mean, they're not like us and going to go watch 2 movies in a weekend. It's just too expensive, and
that's
so
the other thing. It's really
it's too expensive to see it in like.
But you know what Disney's going to do, right? Once Dune is out of the theaters, then they're going to do repurposed marketing branding. Now you can see Doomsday on IMAX.
Yeah. Now that
and they're gonna rack in more money, so they're gonna make their fucking money, dude. But whatever.
It's just, and what pisses me off the most about Marvel, and anybody, I'll debate this with anybody. I don't care. Come at me, whatever. Marvel stopped caring about storytelling. They stopped caring about writing good stories.
Yep.
And it's a trip because you watch the cartoon What If. I enjoy those little fucking 22-minute episodes more than I did like the last 4 or 5 movies or 3 or 4 TV shows.
And those are great, but then I think that's what Marvel is. That, you know what I mean? Because look at DC. I think they're killing it with the animation.
And their shows.
I love it. Their shows. Oh, it's great. It is fucking great.
Man. Well, and did you see the Clayface trailer that just came out?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting.
Oh, I just want to say to all those people out there on social media,
stop posting. Kill yourself.
Just shut the fuck up, man. That's it. You know, enjoy what we have here. So, this is a fantastic film. It's great. People went to the fucking movies.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And we need more of this. And I'm hoping this inspires. That's another thing too. I think this is a great time for film. We've been talking about this for a long time. We have this new breed of people coming into the game, and they made some massive noise, and they kind of gonna change the industry. I think a little bit. It's gonna be a lot different. I said it before, the pros is, now we can be able to get some different types of storytelling. But the con of it is that the studio-wise are like, we can make great films with cheaper budget, you know what I mean? And try to bank off more at the end. And that kind of sucks for other people, trying to make money off of this, especially crews and stuff. So we've gone through a lot of that with these new breeds. And then we have these vets, man, coming into the game. And just saying, sit down, kid, and let me show you something real quick. And they're really inspiring all these people, and it's just like, wow, practicals, no CGIs. I mean, again, people, yes, there was some CGI, but it's for basic cleanup things in that nature. I mean, yes, okay, but we're talking like a film that was using practical, They had a guy on a jet, a ski jet going in circles to create the whirlpool.
Yeah,
and
really?
then they went, and then what they did, so during the scene they did that, and so that person's going in circles, so that way the visual effects guys,
they knew where to place it,
or women, sorry, the visual effects people, they knew where to place it, and then it gave them a good idea of like how the water's moving, and that's fucking dope, dude. And shout out to the visual effects people, man. Like, seriously, dude, they don't get enough shine as they should for a lot of different things and what they do to help film come to life and to really take people into a journey into these different stories, But we're in a beautiful time for the film industry. We're in a fucking great, beautiful time for this film industry where people can really be creative, take the opportunity. There's no reason for you not to do it. Just get out there and just fucking film something. Put something together, man. We have technology in our fucking hand. Literally, you could use your iPhone and put something together, create a proof of concept, or just put it out there. You never know what's going to happen. Look at Backrooms. And I'm really excited. And the year's not over. We still got a lot of bangers going to be coming out. And it's going to be a trip, man. So that's all I got to say about that.
Did you see that those dolphins were just luck?
Yeah,
bro.
They just happened to be there when they were filming.
That's crazy. That is
and
so
there was
crazy.
Something else too. Damn. I can't remember. Well, fuck it. Gabe, last words? Anything?
Yeah. Kind of following up a little bit on what Wackoe was saying, and us talking about Odyssey and Christopher Nolan just in general, is like, go see these movies and rewatch these movies. And I think one of the things that Christopher Nolan does that we sometimes forget is every time you rewatch one of his movies, you pick up something else that you didn't notice previously.
Yeah.
And that is a little bit to his cinematic genius that is there, is that every time you watch it, you're like, oh shoot, I didn't see that before, type of thing, or oh, now that clicks and it makes sense. Whether it's it's an Odyssey, and every time Calypso tries to give Odysseus like a piece of lotus flower, all of a sudden you hear thunder coming down because that's Zeus telling her, hey, you got to let him go, and so there's or when you see the Athena little thing that he got from his wife, and then at times that you don't see it, those are the little tiny details that Nolan pays attention to. And I think us as movie watchers, we should watch movies better and start recognizing those things and understanding those things, because, somebody like himself, he took that time to really create that and for it to be a part of an immersive experience for us. And we should appreciate that.
Yeah. Stop taking it for granted, people.
Yeah,
exactly. I want to add something that you brought up with, that reminded me. What did you guys think that how he didn't have the gods in this? Like, you know what I mean? You only saw Athena, right? And
you saw their wrath, but not them.
Right. Yeah. I really liked that.
I did too.
I mean, the older versions, you do see them, they're all whatever, but I think I was talking to Chris about this. We don't see, I'm not a big religious person or whatever, but we don't see God. We don't see like, Jesus and like in reality. And I think that's what Christopher Nolan did. It's like, there is something there, that comfort blanket, that thing we're afraid of that we don't understand. And I think he put that in the film, because a lot of people were saying like, oh, well, where's so-and-so? Where's this and that? I really like this adaptation to it, that you don't get to see them, because we don't see them in reality. We don't see whatever it is you believe in.
Yeah.
I mean, I took it as, we've talked to JoJo numerous times about him discussing ghosts with people.
Yeah.
And like, I'm one of those guys, I'm skeptical. Like, I don't believe it, but that's a story that you're told. So I took it in this movie. The gods are like, just not everything, not things that everyone has seen. And that they think like, oh my God, the thunder was crashing when I was doing something I wasn't supposed to. It was the wrath of Zeus. So they've spread that story. So it's almost coming across like it's almost like it is real life, because they don't show you everything. Yeah. Like, how do you know he experienced all of those things that we're seeing on screen? You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like it's just another story that you're watching. He kept like a realistic aspect without the gods in it.
Yeah. I liked it.
Yeah, me too.
What about you, Gabe? What'd you think?
Oh, Chris. Oh, what did I think about all of that? I'm similar to what Chris was saying. I felt exactly the same way, that I liked not seeing the gods and then hearing little tiny things or seeing the wrath of them, because he's absolutely right. Like, it made it feel more like real life versus a story. Even though I know it is a story, but it felt a little bit more like real life.
It just modernized
versus like Clash of the Titans, or
correct,
Wrath of the Titans. Like which those are cool movies too. I like those a lot.
Yeah, and we had those already, I think, and that's the thing though. And again, when I'm going back to people like creating, create what you want to create. There's people are doing music, but we're kind of we're inspired by something. Nothing's new anymore, in my opinion. I think something is inspired, a sound, whatever it may be. Movies are now at the same point. Like, we're just kind of inspired by whether it's something that's in life or what it is. It's just your interpretation of it, and you just got to go out there and do it. So.
Yeah. And the guy's had such a good run. He's got such a good track record. I'm sure a lot of people, they're just saying, I want to see what this guy is going to do this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this was like Mike Tyson going back in the ring again.
Mm-hmm.
But actually,
or like never having retired.
And not just doing it just for the money.
Yeah.
But that's what Marvel's doing, man.
They're like, look at these idiots. They're still going to come watch it.
They're still coming to watch it.
And even if they don't watch it, they're still paying us every month with Disney Plus and not using it.
So I have Disney Plus, but I'm always watching
it. Oh.
No, I use it because I watch all the documentaries on there. I like to watch all
there's good stuff.
But and then obviously a lot of the Star Wars series. I think the streaming series have been better than what I've been watching on on the screen. I mean, the last Mandalorian has just seemed like 3 episodes rolled up in one.
Yeah.
The movie. I haven't watched it. I saw that it came out or it leaked or whatever, and I'm like, I just don't care. But
yeah, and that's where I think everyone's at right now. Whether you don't care or you just don't got the money to be doing it because it's so fucking expensive.
Or you're brainwashed.
But there's films like these that just fucking grabs everybody's attention, and they're just like pushed and to go and watch it. So I think we just need more of these.
Yeah, we do.
All right, man.
Cool. All right, y'all.
Hey, Chris, what film are you going to be going to see next?
I'm actually going to see the Refn movie, the Her Private Hell.
Oh, okay.
The guy that did Drive comes out this week, so I'm seeing that one next, and then after that, I'm seeing the Odyssey twice.
All right.
In 70mm IMAX. So
there you
guys a picture.
Go.
Yeah, man, I'm fighting for that. I'm fighting for that 70mm. I keep looking. I look at Irvine. I look at Ontario. Which one do you think is gonna open up sooner?
Dude,
it's hard to tell.
It sucks. Like, I'll just put in the title Ontario. And I'll check all of the theaters.
Yeah,
nothing.
Yeah. Nothing.
Yeah, I gotta look with Ontario. So
yeah.
But you know what, man? I'm probably gonna. I want to go to the Universal one. But I'm gonna probably go because I know my grandmother. She's dead, but I know she would let me use her wheelchair. And
there are handicap seats available.
There are. Those are always available. Right in the middle. Right in the middle.
They're right in the middle on the top, baby.
And you're like, that guy's walking up the stairs with the wheelchair.
Yeah.
How is that happening?
I get it.
Yeah. So thanks, Grandma. Appreciate it.
All right, y'all.
All right, guys. Don't forget, follow us. We'll catch you guys at the next one.
Peace
out.